Reincarnated as a first-rate villain. I don't know how to play my role. Chapter 1-1. The Glitch in the Ordinary. The rain fell like whispers, soft and ceaseless, blanketing the city in a misty hush that made everything feel distant. Students poured out of the school gates, umbrellas rising like flower petals, laughter echoing through the damp air. Kazuki Ren, however, walked alone, head down, shoulders hunched. His cheap umbrella had broken days ago, and he hadn't bothered to fix it. Drops of rain clung to his hair, trickled down his collar. He barely noticed. Another day of existing in a world that barely remembered he was in it. Just a background character. A smudge on the page. Another day, another math quiz that nearly committed a homicide. He muttered to himself, voice low, his fingers wrapped tightly around a half-crushed melon bread from the convenience store. At this point, just let a flying isekai truck end it all. Send me to another world, give me some cool sword powers, make me a side villain or something. Anything but this. And then, thunk. A sharp pain on the top of his head made him wince. What the hell? He spun around, rubbing his scalp. At his feet lay a peculiar object. A thick CD case, obsidian black, its surface marked with faint golden lines that pulsed as though alive, like magma veins crawling beneath stone. It had no label, no title, no branding, just a single phrase engraved on the back, for the one who seeks chaos in order. His heart skipped. Okay, that's not creepy at all. He glanced up at the sky. Gray clouds hung low, but there was no one above, no windows open, no explanation. Did this fall from the sky? Like, literally? Something cold and electric shivered through his spine, the kind of feeling he got when standing too close to the train platform's edge. Danger mixed with temptation. Maybe this was a joke, or a trap, or fate. But Kazuki's lips curled into a grin that hadn't seen daylight in weeks. Yup, this is absolutely how horror movies start, and I'm absolutely playing it. He burst into his apartment, dripping wet, hair plastered to his forehead, shoes flung off, bags skidding across the floor, breathless with anticipation. Mom, I'm home. If you hear unholy screams, it's probably a demon or me. Same difference. Don't call the priest. Silence. Of course. She was working late again. She always was. It had stopped bothering him months ago. Kazuki shut his bedroom door behind him, the only place in the world that was his. The familiar flickering of his old monitor welcomed him like an old friend, whirring, blinking, struggling to stay alive. He slid the mysterious disk into the drive, heartbeat steady but faster than usual. The screen turned black. Then, stars. A slow vortex of galaxies swirling in silence. And then, white text, elegant and ethereal. Open quote, welcome, player. You have been chosen to enter the cycle. Close quote. Kazuki leaned in. The air in the room felt heavier. Open quote, every 500 years the Abyssin King and his lords awaken. Stronger, smarter, immortal by repetition. The world collapses and resets, but this time someone new shall enter the script. Close quote. His breath caught. This is insane. The world map loaded next. Glorious, mythical, human empires, the floating cities of the Celestians, the ocean depths ruled by the Maranth, the mist-veiled Sylvane groves, the beast continent, magic, legacy, broken heroes repeating history. Everything was dripping with tragedy and grandeur. Open quote, character creation initiated. Close quote. Kazuki chose human without thinking. It felt honest, grounded, like a statement. He wasn't trying to be someone else, just trying to mean something. Open quote. Class selection, hero, mage, beastmaster, villain, class 1R. Close quote. That last one stood out. Villain, first rate. Kazuki stared. His heart whispered yes before his brain could say wait. Click. Open quote. Heir to the disgraced Archduke House of Kar. Once noble, now forgotten, overshadowed, mocked, broken by legacy. In the last cycle, he betrayed all and stood by the Demon King. Close quote. Kazuki read every line in stunned silence. This character was pain molded into nobility, abandonment forged into cruelty, a shadow born from light. It felt too familiar. It felt too much like him. It's me, if I had worse luck, or maybe just more truth. Open quote. Would you like to rename your house? Close quote. He typed without hesitation. House name, Valebrandt. Character, Lucien Caelum Valebrandt. A prince born from ruin, a name worthy of heartbreak and bloodlines. And then the talents. Open quote. Choose 2 talents. Others get up to EX. You may choose above EX. Close quote. Kazuki blinked. You're kidding. He chose the ones that sang to him. Sword Heart Overdrive, myth, mastery born of emotion, forged in pain. Dread Sovereign's presence, myth to make enemies tremble, not with strength, but with presence. Confirm, he whispered. The screen shimmered. Open quote, initializing entry, close quote. And then blackout, monitor off, power dead, room silent. No, 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 not after that perfect character design. In fury, he slammed his fist against the desk. A crack of light, a surge of electricity. His body went rigid, his mind exploded into static. And somewhere beyond time and thought, a voice whispered, open quote, reincarnation commencing. Close quote. Kazuki's last words before consciousness faded were quiet, almost funny. I better be hot when I wake up. Light, warm, fragrant, silent. Kazuki stirred. Only he wasn't Kazuki anymore. Velvet blankets, pillows of down, a golden chandelier that cast rainbows through crystal. Everything smelled faintly of lilac and clean linen. Eyes opened. The ceiling wasn't cracked. The air didn't reek of mold. He blinked. Where am I? He sat up, the sheets slipping down his small frame. Small, too small. What the? He ran to the edge of the bed and looked into a low mirror. A child, maybe 6. Pale, flawless skin, gray eyes, one with a faint red glow, tousled raven black hair, the kind of face that would grace oil paintings. I'm adorable? His voice was high-pitched, young, pure. But his soul, his memories, they remained Kazuki's. The sarcasm, the loneliness, the self-awareness. He whispered, system, open. And like magic, it did. Open quote. Name, Lucien Caelum Valebrandt, age 6. Bloodline, Archduke Valebrandt, potential, myth, swordplay, dormant, talents, sword heart overdrive. Dread Sovereign's presence. Close quote. Kazuki, no, Lucien, stared in awe. He wasn't just special, he was destined. Then, a knock. Young master, are you awake? His breath hitched, a voice, soft, caring. He stood on trembling legs. Yes. The door opened. In stepped a maid, Marie. She looked like a painting too. Soft brown curls, eyes like honey, and a warmth that threatened to undo him. He stared like a deer in headlights. Shall I help you prepare for breakfast? Please. In the bath, with scented soap and warm hands helping him scrub, Lucien whispered, I am noble, I am calm, I am not blushing, I am dying inside. She helped him dress. Blue velvet waistcoat, knee trousers, polished boots, a sapphire ribbon tied at his collar. He looked into the mirror again. He saw someone beautiful, someone worth watching. For the first time in his life, he didn't feel like the background. Marie smiled behind him. Ready to see your parents, young master? Lucien swallowed hard. Parents, family, people waiting for him. Yeah, he said softly. Let's go. But inside, his heart beat like a drum. Please let them be kind. Please let them be real. Please let this be my story.